I have actually set back a little bit. I'll show you exactly how I did that. What that means is it's not going to cut as close. So there's a zero gap aggressive side and there's a soft side. So when I zero gapped this, I put this on the soft side. It's very simple to do. You guys can check out some of my short form content to see how to do that. But we're just going to turn this on and we're going to set in our first line. So I get to the top, I'm going to start kind of flicking off. There we go. We got our line set. Now we need to do the back. This is kind of the tricky part, the part that I don't like as much, but we'll go ahead and we'll use a little mirror. So you guys can see this trimmer cuts pretty close, but it's not going to be so close that it's going to be difficult for me to remove that line. I'm literally using the cell phone camera to see if I can't get this line right. So I want to make sure I get all that hair cut. You be cutting your own hair too. So I'm going to show you guys some little easy tricks that you guys can do. That first one, really, whether you're in the shop cutting people's hair or not, using a trimmer that doesn't cut super close is definitely going to make the whole process a lot easier, because when I go back to remove this line, my clippers are going to be able to do it pretty easily. So again, that's the X-Seed. And if you guys notice, when I try to stop this motor, listen to what it does. So that's why this is a great bulk removing tool, because it will speed up another 2 milliseconds with the into vector motor, allowing you to just plow through bulk. So the next one, we're going to be using the X-Seed. So I'm not sure what your question is, boss. You said you have been for the last 2 years. All right, so we're gonna use this and we're gonna go just underneath where we went, and I'm gonna go ahead and start tapping down with it. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate y'all for jumping in here. So just tapping down with it, that's gonna go with the grain. That's gonna make it super easy. These do not cut long hair, so I can push this right into pretty much anything. All it's gonna cut is the shorter hair. So now I'm gonna go up against the grain, and I'm gonna stay just a little bit lower than where I went in that previous section. Another good tool to use right here would actually be like something like this, like the Uno, because it's so small. Might be a little bit easier for me to feather that guideline. Same principle though, just flicking up and flipping out. You can do the same thing on this side. So tapping down with it. Where we all tapping in from, guys? Right now it is 6:34 a.m. We're in the shop on a Tuesday. I like to get in early, do some content for you guys. We're gonna be working on best clipper, trimmer, and shaver going into 2026. So I'm gonna share some opinions with you guys a little bit later. Today I'm going to be filming that. We'll just do that as a regular upload. So I'm doing the exact same stuff with this as I did with the other one. Said name a car. Ford Mustang. One of my favorite cars. I wish I never sold. All right, here we go. What's your favorite car you wish you never sold? Kind of wish I didn't sell my other truck either. But my new truck's a lot nicer, so it is what it is. So come down with the grain, kind of tapping on that line. You guys can hear the motor just powering up. Good morning from Trinidad. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Busy Blend, Texas in the house. 3:30 a.m. in Nevada. Damn. What you doing up so late? Yeah, I'm early. I'm an early riser. Early to bed, early to rise. 91 Fox Body Mustang. That's what's up, bro. I never had a Fox Body. That'd have been cool. Mine was just the 04 40th anniversary edition, but I love that car. I love that car. That car, just being that it was stick shift, kind of miss having the ability to just drop a gear and go. All right, so now that we got this part done, I'm gonna kind of feel around to see if I missed any hair. That might mean that you got to take the shaver sideways like this. Not everybody's grain grows the same, you know. And I got this little spot back here. Honestly, a lot of times when you're done with a haircut, if you want to stretch it a little bit, let's say you get your haircut even by a barber. If you want to get your haircut even by a barber, but you want to try to stretch out the look a little bit longer, one thing you can obviously do is take like a regular Bic in the, when you're in the shower and just kind of clean up the very bottom, just shave directly against the grain. If your barber did it right and got it down to skin, that's going to be pretty easy. But another thing you could do is buy yourself an electric shaver and just kind of do the bottoms for a couple of days, and you'll actually be able to stretch out that skin fade or a taper a little bit longer. All right, so next step here, because I don't have like a crazy amount of regrowth, usually what I like to do is I actually like to take like a 1.5, right? And I'll go kind of up in here and make sure that I got this debulked. But in this case, my hair didn't grow back as much, so I could actually just jump straight to the blend. So the clipper that I find very easy to do this with be the Rain clipper from Stylecraft. We're going to open it up a little bit. We're going to open it up actually all the way. That Echo Crunch taper blade is what's going to make scooping really easy. So I'll go ahead and I'll begin the process of removing this bottom line. But to do that, we're going to put in a little bit of a guideline. Now, if it makes a guideline, great. If it doesn't make a guideline, great. But we want to do this about the width of a finger. So if I look right here, see what I'm doing. Honestly, this is going to be so easy to remove, guys. Actually, that's a popular misconception there. Lay P8C. You won't be able to remove that guideline without a zero gap clipper. That's what I'm trying to show you guys is, no, you don't need a zero gap clipper to remove a guideline if you don't put it in too harsh. And that's why I put the guideline in with a trimmer that doesn't cut super close. I have it set purposefully not to cut too close. So I like to kind of just listen for this step. Let's see if I can. Now, obviously when I'm doing this part, I can't even see what I'm doing, so I'm going to check it in the mirror real quick. So I'll show you guys right now that you will be able to actually remove this line pretty easily without a zero gap clipper. So the line that we're talking about is kind of hard for you guys to see on the camera. If I turn this off, you'll be able to see it probably a little better. That's the line. That's the line that we're talking about right here. So watch this. I'll close this all the way. And we're gonna go ahead and start flicking. So I'm just listening for it. I don't want to hear too much sound. He said, that's a nice ass beard. I bet his beard oil allowance is through the roof. I do use, I do use beard oil. We're going to be doing the beard here once I'm done with the haircut. The haircut's not going to take too long, guys. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm going up with it fully closed, right? And I'm flicking, right? And then I'm going to click it open, one click at a time. Then we already got 20 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys, man. The last live we did was me cutting my own hair, and somehow we got to 850 likes. It was my best live I ever did, and I really appreciate you guys. And if you double tap the center of the screen, we'll keep doing more content like this, man. I'm just trying to follow what you guys are asking for. So on this side, I'll put the line. I'll start taking care of the line. Yeah, all I ever ask for, guys, really is that we normally, if we can get to 100 thumbs up, which almost never happens, but if we can, I can consider what I'm doing a success. And, it really helps out the channel. Most of these get demonetized because when these other barbers come in, they're going to turn the music on and stuff like that. Like, I'm literally doing this in the shop during a work day, and I'm setting aside a little bit of time to do it with you guys. So, appreciate you guys all for coming out here, and, those of you that double tap the middle of the screen really helps. So, what I did here was I kept opening it. I'm listening for it to make some sound. And then when it stops, I click it open and I go a little higher. Click it open and I go a little bit higher. Appreciate you, Dizzy Blends. He said, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. All right, so let's do the very bottom here. You guys see I got kind of two lines going. I got the upper line, which I haven't really tried to mess with, and I got the bottom line here. So right now, all I really care about is the bottom line, which when you're cutting your own hair, like, the back is just a pain in the ass. I wish there was a better way than looking in a cell phone camera. I really can't even see nothing. I might as well just close my eyes. You guys know that a lot of times I do close my eyes for this part of it if you've watched me do this before. Because the sound, the feedback from the sound that I can get, just clicking it up one more. And I want to make sure that sound doesn't get any different. I just want to hear chip, 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 chip. I'm not trying to hear sound that gets louder than that. That means I'm cutting too much. So we're back to like fully open here. No, I don't still teach at a barber school. That I did do that for a period of about 11 years. I worked as a barber instructor, and it's kind of what gave birth to the channel. Like if it wasn't for that period of time in my life, I probably never would have really become interested in social media. I'm gonna jump over to this side because I'd like a light on this side here. So I'm gonna figure out how Kenny's work. Kenny's thing works here, and this should be much easier with a good light on this side, so I could see a little better what I'm doing. I'm gonna grab the guards I'll need, which will be the half guard and the one guard. Should about finish this off here, but we're still kind of messing around with that bottom line. I want to make sure I got most of that line out. So I'm going back to fully closed for a second. And now I can see way better. So as long as you use this little like C motion, you're gonna find this much easier. You're gonna find this like little C motion, just little kind of short strokes. Sometimes it's kind of in the fingertips, sometimes it's kind of in the wrist. I mean, everybody's a little different. So, you know, that's just my way. And I wear a hat an awful lot on the golf course. You could sort of see right where my suntan line, right where that hat line ends. Well, I got you now, boy. I got you now. This is really the hardest part, guys. And we're breezing through it. The rest will be super simple. We got the bottom line out. All right, so if you didn't get the bottom line out, like being that I'm using the rain, this is a taper blade, right? These are not designed to cut the absolute closest, although they can be zero gapped a little bit. I don't have mine zero gapped. I just have mine the way they came. So the other one that I use, I actually do have zero gapped, and this is the Stylecraft Saber 2.0. So what the difference is here is this is gonna cut closer. So if I had areas, which to be honest, I really don't. I'm pretty happy with the way this bottom line came out, but I could travel over any little spots I was unhappy with. I mean, I might not even want to close this all the way, because remember guys, closed clippers cut close, and as we open the clipper, it leaves the hair longer. So a couple little other tricks. We call it clipper manipulation. We actually teach this, one of the class offerings going into 2026 through Gamma and Stylecraft that I'll be teaching, and my other educators are going to be teaching, is a class called Speedcraft, where we show you guys how you can kind of manipulate the clipper. So like if I just touch a corner, if I touch the other corner, if I lift the clipper out this way, that's going to create some space. If I got it flat, that's going to cut close. I'm 38 years old. Thank you for making me feel dated. Double tap the middle of the screen, guys. We almost got to 100 likes. That's all we ever really asked for. Can't believe we're already at almost 50 there, which is pretty cool. You know, we don't really get a chance to get that many likes very often. YouTube has changed an awful lot since I started. I started in 2012. A lot of creators get burned out. A lot of people who do this get burned out, and I totally understand why, man. I've felt the burnout plenty of times, guys, where I just didn't want to post anymore because it seemed like everything I was doing was just not working. But the lives have been working, so that's pretty cool. He said, trim that beard and you'll look 25. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so now if we just look real quick, I'll show you guys where I'm at. All we really need to do is remove that line above the other line there, so you guys can kind of see it. You guys can see the bottom line is pretty well faded out. I got a main tan line right there, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. And I'm not saying I'm doing like the greatest haircut on earth, guys. Like when you cut your own hair, you gotta understand it might not be perfect. So I have barbers in here that would do my hair much better than me. I'm just showing you guys what I would do if I was by myself, if I really wanted a haircut. And I'm not gonna try to make it perfect or take forever. So I got the number 1 on here, guys. And I wanna go up just like always till I hear some noise. What this is really gonna do is this is gonna soften that little line I got going on. It's not going to remove it mostly. It'll help a little, but it's not gonna remove the majority of that line. It's not gonna, see if I got you guys in my, okay, I can kind of see. I don't even really, sometimes it's easier just not even to look. Just Yeah, I got Grandpa's beard, but don't worry, guys. We're gonna put the beard. We'll put the beard back in oil. Back in oil. Well, yeah, we will put oil on the beard, but we'll put the beard back in order here in just a minute. I'll show you guys like kind of a little bit of a morning beard routine, like if you want to grow a beard this long. But now I'm gonna put my half guard on, and this should just about complete our haircut. I like to do this with it 2 clicks open. There's a lot of reasons behind that. I'll go into it in other videos, but I don't really want to complicate anything, man. Just make it easy for yourself. So with this 2 clicks open, that allows me to kind of reach lengths that I wasn't able to hit with other guards. And that's just where I start. And if I see any areas that I want to cut closer, I'll do it. Maybe you hear these clippers just making that crunch, crunch noise, man. I'll take that off for a second. I got this little spot here that's probably a little bit of bedhead that's just causing the hair to lay down right there. And sometimes if you've got a little spot like that and you're working and working on it, I'll warn you this. I'll warn you this. Just go away from that spot, work on the rest of it, and come back to it afterwards. It'd be like something where you'll just keep messing around with it until you wind up messing it up. So just go work on some other parts of your haircut and come back and do your detailing a little bit afterwards. My guess is after I wet my hair down, which I really should have done before I got started, I'll get rid of some of the bedhead. Almost at 100. We're almost at 100. That's all we asked for, man. You guys are awesome. This is taking way less time than I expected. I know it's really hard to get the 100 likes, but it really helps. You have an additional benefit to cutting your own hair, though. A lot of times clients are like, yo, your haircut looks tight. Who cut your hair? And you're going to be like, well, actually, I did it. They figured like, hey, man, if he could do everything upside down and backwards, he could probably cut my hair pretty good too, right? Well, it's starting to come together pretty good, guys. Starting to come together pretty good. We are 6 likes away from the goal. Appreciate you, man. I do have TikTok. It's YouTube Barber Academy TikTok. And I've been posting all kind of stuff over there. Actually, I need to post some stuff over there today. I have so many videos that are not posted yet. But I'm not really like, I would say I've become a short content creator this year. Prior to this year, I really didn't care too much for shorts. You know, it's kind of unfortunate what YouTube did to their platform. So I don't really have a choice but to do some shorts. So I got the 1.5 on here right now. We are 1 like away from the goal. Got the 1.5 on here. And yes, I'm a very well-rounded barber. I can cut any kind of hair. It don't matter if the hair is black hair, white hair, Asian hair, whatever. It don't matter. All right, we're gonna try to wet some of this down here, just in case I got the bedhead. Appreciate you guys. We got the 100 likes, man. You guys are great. So you said now let's hit 150. You're the man, bro. You're the man. Appreciate you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to wet some of this hair down, and we're going to see if it makes any difference. I got a feeling it will. Oh, I'm messing up Kenny's station. I got his stuff all over the ground. I got a hair. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to spray my head And sometimes this can help alleviate the bed head that could be causing little issues here. And I'll show you guys how we'll do the edge up and all that in just a second. I don't know, my top is pretty long, but it's not crazy. I could probably get away at least one more. I get away with at least one more haircut before I got to deal with the top. And let's get a comb. I would like a small taper comb of some kind. Grab a white one so I can really see good. So, little taper comb here. And I got my texturizing shears here. And we're gonna go through and we'll just kind of hit some of them details. Another way that you can do this, I actually put them upside down for when I do this to myself, but I want this piece, the actual cutting blade, I want this to kind of touch the skin if I'm gonna do this. So that kind of helps break up little sections that aren't really quality. So personal favorite clipper right now, I think somebody's asking, personal favorite clipper right now would be the Rain. The Rain clipper was the clipper I chose to do most of my, like 99% of the haircut with. And honestly, I use it to do probably 99% of all my haircuts right now with. Just super easy to do haircuts with. So I like things that are easy, guys. I can't even see this spot, but I already know it's probably not the greatest. That's the technique right there. He says the hand mirror and the hand face on left side temples requires many poor haircuts. People don't really realize you could do like on the scalp cutting with the texturizing shears. This is so much easier than so much easier when I'm working on a real customer. Not bad. Not bad. All right, I would say wetting the hair was a pretty good win here. Let me check the whole thing now. Just a little bit, see if there's anything else I really want to do. It's just this one little damn spot right here that I'm not in love with that spot. So we'll mess with that just a tiny bit more. And then we will move on to the beard. 127 thumbs up. Damn, you guys are awesome, man. Appreciate you guys so much. We're out here, you know, just doing frustrating things like cutting your own hair. So when I have a spot that I want to clean up, I usually start with this fully open actually, and then I'm going to start closing it till my spot goes away. So the problem with this particular spot is I can't really see it that good. So I hear some noise, so I'm on the scent. Start closing it. I want to hear a little more noise, but not too much. Start closing it some more. It's funny how such a little tiny move could make it look so much better. That's probably the hardest part, guys. In the beginning of cutting your own hair, you're like, okay, there's two problems with cutting your own hair. One, you might not have the skills to do the haircut itself. But two, you also might not have the eye for what you're trying to fix. So if you guys can develop the eye for what you're trying to fix, then fixing this stuff is gonna be like, okay, you know what you need to fix, but like, how do you fix it? And that's what I'm here to show you guys. Just bouncing back and forth between a couple of different guards. But you really gotta get your motions down. Little short strokes. You're not, like, especially when you're cutting your own hair, you're not trying to make like huge differences each time you put your clipper to your head. Damn, we got 400 people in here. Let's maybe we could get to the 200 like mark. That'd be pretty cool. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna actually edge up my front. This is just hairspray, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blow dry it back and off of my head. This is the XL blow dryer, and then I'm gonna do this as hot as I can, and then I'm gonna hold the cool button. So now I got the hair up off of my head, which is gonna make a couple of the next things we're gonna do a little bit easier. And one of those next things we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Stylecraft Rain trimmer, and we're gonna go through and we're gonna edge up any little hairs. I'm gonna show you guys a couple little tricks with the beard. So like normally if I'm doing my own hair, I would just grab a straight razor and I would do my beard, but being that this doesn't cut long hair, right? I could actually just take this and bump it right into my line. So we'll see how much better my line is about to get. I'm blowing a little bit of air into my cheek. Dang, guys, we're almost at 200 thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. But you guys can see how like a little tool like this does not cut long hair, guys. I could push this anywhere I want. It's not gonna cut long hair. It's just gonna clean up those little hairs that I might have missed. We are in Naples, Florida. Beautiful Naples, Florida. About 7 o'clock. Live's been going for 32 minutes. Haircut is completed for the most part. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set about taking care of the beard. So, a couple things we're gonna do here. One, we gotta dampen the beard. Hardly any water left in this thing. Switch over to this one. This is one of them automatic spray bottles. This is a Stylecraft. Actually, this is a much better job because I'm not really trying to soak my beard. I just want to mist it. So, better tool for that would be misting it. We will take some beard oil and appreciate you, Dizzy Blends. My man's doing the work over here. We're almost at 200 thumbs up. Appreciate all of you guys for jumping in here. So now I got my beard thoroughly oiled. And that's why I like to do it with a damp, guys. I like to kind of dilute the oil a little bit, work it through. So now the beard's about to get a good transformation here. So what we're gonna do here, the best way to really straighten your beard is with a blow dryer brush. This brush is awesome for this. Probably my favorite brush I've ever used. You want to make your blow dryer as hot as possible. And then we're gonna come underneath. And you guys are about to see some of the steam that's about to come off of that, but that's just the beard oil. $1,000 people up in the room. Let's go, guys. Where are we checking in from? What's the time where you're at? What's the temperature where we're at? We are in Naples, Florida. I'd say it's about 70 degrees outside, and it's about 7:04 a.m. We started this live at 6:30 a.m. I know you guys like these self cuts, and I wanted to get looking good for Thanksgiving. It's only a couple days away, so I figure if I cut my hair today, I'll be looking good for Thanksgiving. New Zealand in the house. Houston in the house. Chicago in the house. DC in the house. Said Naples, I grew up in Fort Myers Beach. Awesome, bro. All right, so you guys can see like the before and after kind of right here shaping up. So you can see some of my beard is straight. This is what it would look like if I didn't. Arkansas, Daytona, Michigan in the loop, San Francisco in the house, Netherlands in the house, Desmond in the house, Australia in the house, just passing by. Cleveland, Nigeria. Okay, so I gotta straighten out this part of the beard, guys. We almost got 200 thumbs up. You guys are the greatest. Thank you guys so much. So with this side, I wanna heat it up as hot as I can take it. Right now, it's just straight hitting heat. Beard oil's doing a good job of protecting it, and now I'm gonna hold the cool button and watch what it will do to this side. So you guys will get a good before and after out of this. So see how I brought that whole side in real nice? Now, this side, obviously, has not been straightened yet. So, Scotland in the house. Let's go. Canada, and it's snowing. Heat will definitely damage your beard, especially if you don't. So I'm gonna switch hands now. Now I got the comb, or the brush in my right hand. As you guys can see, there's a lot of smog coming off of the beard, but that's just because I got beard oil on there. That's why it's so important. Like if you're gonna blow dry your beard, you wanna make sure you use some kind of thing to protect it. Poland in the house, let's go. North Carolina is 42 degrees. Damn, we're about to hit 300 thumbs up, man. Appreciate all of you guys. This is crazy. I didn't expect this many of y'all to jump in here. 6:30 a.m. showing love. It's been a good room too, man. Ah, filling my beard oil. Okay, we got it. So, let's hit this side now with the high heat. High heat. As hot as I can take it. I'm gonna hold that. So, you guys tell me right now, I mean, you guys seen how it started, and look how it is now. So, we're gonna grab some other product here. One last thing I like to do, if I can find one. Usually I have this stuff all over the place. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna use just a little bit of beard balm. What we're gonna do here, this stuff is kind of, think of it like a pomade for your beards. And the one I'm using here is from Johnny B. I don't think they sell it anymore, but you know, really any beard balm, break it up really good in your hands. Put this much on here. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna stop all them flyaways. Damn, y'all, we're gonna have about 300 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Now that's a mop coming off of my face, right? But I didn't even straight razor it or nothing yet. I'm going to. So now that I got everything the way I want it, probably should migrate away from Kenny Station. I do feel like Gandalf. And yes, I do have a wife. Somebody keeps asking if I got a wife. I got a wife, guys. I'm a happily married man. All right, so what we're gonna do here, because I did it with the electric shaver, I did it with the XC. There's gonna be some big Black Friday deals on this stuff too, guys, but I did it with the electric shaver, right? These do not cut long hair. I just bumped it right into the line. There really isn't a whole lot to do here. We'll just stretch the skin tight. The razors that I'm using are Ghost razors. These are from Fort Worth Barber Supply. I really like these razors a lot. Super sharp. Once I got it, I'll go against the grain. And honestly, really not getting a whole lot of hair to come off. I am dry shaving it. Because of the fact that I already have cut most of the hair. We'll do this side now. This side is not blended too good. So we're gonna blend out this part of the beard. Much better. Now, 100 more thumbs up. Damn, we got 200 more thumbs up than we expected, which means that I guess we got to color this beard up a little bit, guys. I actually do this every haircut. This just adds another little element of completion to me. So that's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna grab some of my favorite stuff to do this with. I just need some brush. I like a firm brush. And yeah, man, if any of you guys want to meet me at the shows, I'll be at every major show this year. That's Orlando Premiere, CT Barber Expo, ABS Chicago. We're going to be running around pretty much everywhere throughout the show circuit. So, you know, if any of you guys want to link up, ask any questions, I'll be more than happy to kick it with you guys, man. Looking for a specific brush that I don't see, but the show must go on, so we will use this brush here. This brush I actually really like to use from the top, from Persia. Damn, that's got to be a new one. So we're gonna use a little bit of color here. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna make my line really stand out. This stuff lasts like 2 to 3 days. You guys were here, some of you guys were probably here for the self-cut that I did about a week ago. But what up, Daddy?
What's up, Doc? You know.
It's good. Look, I know some of you guys are not going to like what you're seeing here. We're about to hit 400 thumbs up, though. I appreciate that. But some of you guys are going to be hating on this. But you guys ask all the time in the comments, why do you do that? Why do you color your beard? And the reason is simple, guys. The reason is simple, guys. I do this because I'm a barber, and I can, for one, but for two, like, if you're gonna be a barber, you're gonna be teaching people about style, you're gonna be coming in here and getting your hair cut by me. I wanna be looking my best. I wanna have a little something extra to how I'm looking. So this is part of the reason why I do it. Almost every client asks for this at this point, ever since you started doing this. So, like, ever since I started doing this, almost every one of my clients who gets an edge up, gets a beard, they love this. It's like this extra little touch here. And it really just kind of sets apart what you're doing from what other people are doing. So that's really all that is, man. So here we go, guys. I put hairspray in here, so it's a little messy right now, but we're gonna hit this spot too. This is like I may be going bald, but I'm not completely out of the game yet, boys and girls. So, obviously got a little messy there. That's why I don't like this brush that much, guys. This brush, it's really hard for me to make straight lines with this brush. Why not go to turkey? That would be pretty cool, actually. It's not really that serious to me, guys. I don't really mind that I'm losing my hair. I'm lucky that I made it this long in life, period. So if I made it long enough to lose some hair, so be it. It's a win-win. Danny, come over here and tell these people about your latest accomplishment, bro. My boy Denny over here, he passed his barber exam. Double tap the thumbs up for him.
Yes, sir. We got that barber's exam going.
So he passed it, and he got what was the passing grade?
Over 70.
So he got a 71, guys. No, I'm joking. I don't really know what he got, but no, he passed it, man. So you know, shout out to him. He did his thing.
Sure.
There's a lot of tricky questions on the exams. Oh, look at that, bro. I can make myself look like Count Dracula here. Keep messing around like this. But we got the color in. Put a little bit on the edges here. Brush it in. He said, man, you're going nowhere near bald. Some people are dramatic. Your receding hairline is only 5%. I would say, like, look, I don't got no science to support this. I've just been cutting hair forever to the point where I could spot certain things. I have noticed that typically if you're going to go bald, most of my clients seem like they went bald in their 20s, maybe early 30s. But generally speaking, if you're pushing close to 40 and you still have your hair, you might thin some, but you're not about to go completely out of business, guys. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I'm just saying personally, I haven't seen it. So this, I just sprayed a little bit of aftershave on here, which is 90% alcohol. So as you guys can see, I could go through and I can clean up any little areas that I overdid it. 617 in Tennessee, bro. I'm telling you, man, one day I'm going to live in Tennessee, bro. I want me a house in Knoxville or Maryville. Maybe even Sevierville. I love that area. Okay, besides the point. So now what we're going to do is we're really going to sharpen it. I'm going to spray a little aftershave on my razor. And you guys are looking at this under the bright lights, guys. Like, let's not get it twisted here. This is, most people are not going to be looking at my hair this close. It's like under the Friday night lights in Texas. Maryville, however you say it, bro. I just love that. I've been up there a bunch. I'm a big fan of the area. Get the seasons back. We don't got no seasons here. We got one season. It's hot. This is all my real hair, guys. With that aftershave on the razor, I'm able to make the line super sharp. All right. Just want to feather this side out. This is why I do not like this particular brush. This brush is good for doing the top of your hairline when you want to carry a bunch of color on it. But when you're just trying to make the little lines, I like a thinner brush. Somebody's asking if I enhance my eyebrows. I don't. There's definitely people that color eyebrows. You know, like in salons, it's pretty common for people to color their eyebrows. That way, if we got a gray or two, I'm taking longer on my beard than on you guys. We got about 400 thumbs up, man. You guys are great. All right, so I'm gonna dry the front of my hairline because I think some of this hair is still a little bit wet with the color. So now I want the color to just sit in there, guys. This isn't a permanent hair color. It doesn't mix with developer. It's not really going to do anything much more than stain my scalp for a couple of days. But that's really all I want it to do is stain my scalp for a couple of days. So We might need a tiny bit more on this side, but this side has the bright light on it, guys. Like I got one light working from this side here, so it's probably not as bad as it looks. It's not good. I got a little bit more I gotta do here, and that's it. Like right here.
Yo, Eddie, I got a good parlay for today.
Do you?
Yeah, like, real good.
And what are the odds of this one hitting?
It says plus 700.
Plus 700 parlay.
What was last time? It was like plus.
Listen, Denny had me bet on soccer last week, and I won. So it's about the first win that I've had in a while. Yeah, I got glasses. Normally I got glasses on. So just so you guys know, I did most of that haircut completely blind, all right? I could see a lot better with my glasses on. The real reason why I was even able to do the haircut so well is because mostly I did it by sound. So normally I do wear glasses. And I'm gonna take my razor now and I'm gonna clean up hair around my ear. Stuff that grows really close to my ear real quick. The back of my neck, we're gonna, you said, hi sir, are you 70 years old? Damn, dude, do I look 70 years old? That's rough, dude. That's rough, dude. All right, so, feels good to take that off, guys. So my goal was to kind of pack that color in there pretty good, because once I wash it, it will then start to look a little more natural. I'm not really too worried about making things look natural myself personally. So you can see all this stuff that we just took off there. So if I could do this side here. I got a little skin tag right here. I know. Hopefully I don't cut it off. There it goes. I feel it. If I cut myself, all of you guys in this room gotta double tap the middle of the screen. Literally bleeding for this live. Bleeding for this live. We got 400 thumbs up, man. You guys are fantastic. I knew it was a good idea to go live this morning. I wasn't even gonna do it. I was gonna work on some other things. Magic Clip cordless, extremely old technology. When I hear somebody ask me, what do I think about a Magic Clip? Not to say it wasn't a great clipper for its day, it certainly was. But Model T Fords were good for their day too. And think of all the cars that came out since. The Magic Clip is sort of like the Model T in our business. You know, it was one of the first mainstream cordless clippers that many of us were using. But that machine has been, there's so many things that have come out that are so much better than it now. In terms of runtime, in terms of quality of motor, in terms of value, in terms of what you get in the box. I mean, just every way that you can have a better value proposition. Appreciate you guys for hitting so many thumbs up, man. I was coming on here hoping to get 100. You guys gave me 400. So that's just awesome. If you double tap the middle of the screen, we get this to maybe 500 thumbs up. Now I'm getting greedy, I know. I'm getting a little greedy. But there was times where there was 1,000 of you guys in here. So I'll take a second here and tell you guys about some of the Black Friday deals that are coming up. The number one Black Friday deals that are about to be, right around the corner here are Stylecraft's website. I can't tell you what they're going to do, but everything you guys see me use in this video, you guys can keep an eye on those, and you will see there's going to be a nice discount coming. So if you want to try some of the stuff, these were the two main things I used in this video. I used the rain trimmer and the rain clipper. Also, if you're going to be getting something outside of Stylecraft, you guys can go to Fort Worth Barber Supply. I don't know exactly what discount codes they're running, but they're going to be running some kind of discount. I got color on the top of this here, so I'm just going to use it on this gray stuff right here. mainly to clean the lid of my product that I decided to pour that on the top of. So we're gonna use a little bit of this. This is paste from 1821. Love the smell. It's like a sweet tobacco. You can buy this at Fort Worth Barber Supply also. And you guys can retail it to your clients. But this is certainly a premium. This is like a premium product. It's a water-based pomade. And for those of you guys who are going a little thin like me, it really makes your hair feel kind of thick, but it never gets hard. And it's just a great, and it also smells like that sweet tobacco smell. It just like kind of brings me back. Upper lip needs to be, you are not lying, bro. Damn, that upper lip is jacked. All right, we're gonna fix that. He's right. Let's comb this down. Maybe it's not as bad as I first thought, but I think you're right, bro. Yeah, the upper lip is not the greatest. I don't like it too much off of my lip. See, God gave me some crooked teeth, but he gave me some big lips to hide them, so. That's better, right? That's better, y'all. 4 years and going. I cannot see what I'm doing with the camera. Oh, I don't cut my lip. This is so much easier in the real mirror. The right side looks thicker than, well, I'm standing with a light just beaming on me from this side. Damn, we're like 14 thumbs up away from hitting the 500 like mark. Let's see how the bottom of the beard looks. I hate trimming the bottom of my beard, but if it gets crooked, I will trim it. I don't think it really needs anything. It looks pretty even. What kind of happens sometimes, though, is the right side seems like it just doesn't grow as fast as the left side. So I'll have it come down this low sometimes. So yeah, we're definitely Bills fans in here, guys. We got all kind of Bills memorabilia. I feel like I'm gonna cut my lip because I cannot see when I try to do this here. So much easier there. If you got all them little flyaways too, another way you could deal with it would be like take a clipper, put it in the open position. I don't like to do this too much unless my beard is straight. Like if your beard's not straight when you do this, you can wind up cutting way too much hair off. And I hate that. I don't want to like have it all cut in and then when the bottom grows out, it looks really funny. How many thumbs up are we with? Oh man, we're actually 20. I misread that. 20, double tap the middle of the screen. And the other deal, I don't know if you guys need an appointment scheduling. Right now they're offering 75% off. And I posted that on my community tab, the link to that. So 75% off. The service that I use is called Booked In. And they are giving you that. They're giving you guys that discount code also. So for 75% off your first 3 months. So like my clients don't start coming in here till about 9 o'clock. So I had some time to take care of my beard and I want to do some other content. I'm going to do best clipper, best trimmer, best shaver. That's what I'm trying to work on this morning. So, you know, with having a scheduling service, I'm able to, this is a very busy time of the year, guys. We got Christmas and Thanksgiving, but we got Thanksgiving coming in a couple of days. So if I wanted to schedule some time out, having an appointment scheduling app makes it the best. We're over here, Naples, Florida, guys. We're on Immokalee Road right next to Sam's Club in the Sam's Club Plaza. Appreciate you guys for subscribing. If you guys are not subscribed, we will be going live all the time. Looks like we're gonna die out at 480 thumbs up. If you guys can double tap the middle of the screen if you haven't. We got this started at 6, what was it, 6 a.m.? About close to 6 a.m. And now we're gonna clean up our tools real quick. Naples, Florida, guys. So now I got my haircut. I'm ready for the day. I feel good. So we'll hit it with a little bit of cleaner so it's clean for everybody else. The Exceeds will pop the top off, right? That's all my loose hairs. This is probably one of the best things too. Like if you guys are not, I don't know if you guys have one of these. This is just the best, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody over here. This is probably one of the coolest tools. If I was only a customer and I didn't know about barbering, this would be a well-kept secret. I would think I'd be like, holy crap, I don't have to use a razor every day to do my beard. Like this would be way cooler. If it's been a long time since you've used one of these, or if you haven't used an electric shaver in the new era where things have gotten so much better, they don't cut long hair. You can push it right into your line. You can generally pick up hair that you missed, even if you did straight razor it. And it's just, you know, these are one of the things that I would 100% want to know about. For body grooming, for just removing hair in general, a tool like this you can use, and it will just plow through bulk. It won't snag, it won't pull, and you could use this just about anywhere on your body. A lot of these people like the Manscapes and all this stuff, like no shade, but that's all just marketing, guys. Like no barber would use a Manscape to manscape. Barbers know how to get all the hair off, and the way that we get all the hair off is with a trimmer. So if you need one, you know, a personal one, obviously at home for anything, for body grooming, maybe you shave your own head, maybe you shave your beard, you like the 5 o'clock shadow look. That's what these are really good about. And you don't need to break the bank on it if it's for personal use. There's other ones out there that are lower cost than that, but that really is like the best. There's plenty of people out there, like there's plenty of clients out there that are like, dude, I don't care. What's $200 to me? I'll buy the best trimmer. I'll buy the best clipper, even if they're only using it a little bit. There's a lot of people that are out there like that. Like, I think barbers make the mistake of saying like, no, you don't need the best. You can get a cheaper one. Not everybody's in the same boat, guys. My beard, I've been growing my beard for 4 years. Yeah, it's been 4 years. So this is my other like main gamer here. These are the Stylecraft Saber 2s. Just clean these up. I use these only a little bit on my hair. I'm using some level 3 clipper spray right now. After you spray them, generally speaking, it's not the greatest for the clipper to spray it with that, because what these do is these actually remove oils from the blade, and that will cause it to wear out a little more prematurely. So generally speaking, I will oil all of my stuff at least once a day, sometimes twice a day if I get the time. I'll oil all my stuff, and that will make life a little bit easier because they'll last a little bit longer. So yeah, 4 years on the beard growth, and finding some of my stuff that I left on Kenny's station there. The Johnny B was the beard oil that I used. It's got a nice scent to it. It isn't too thick. That's the thing, is like some beard oils are like castor oil. They're like super, super thick. And I don't like that. I kind of like the way Johnny B did theirs. I've had the opportunity to use a lot of different beard oils, but the Johnny B one is just it's super thin. It's really light. 38. I came in looking like I was 58, and now I did my haircut, and I feel younger, and I might even get ID'd if I try to buy alcohol later today. Dysfunctional TV, he said, what electric shaver are you recommending? For personal use, man, a little single foil shaver is great, getting to the hard to reach spots. So this one's an Uno 2.0 from Stylecraft. You guys can find links in the description to that stuff. Or if you're trying to do like a larger amount of surface area, the Exceed, or the other one, which is exactly the same really, is the Stylecraft Instinct. These motors can speed up when they sense resistance, and that will cut down on the amount of time you need to use this. Like, these are super, super fast. And if you if you're actually got like a really thick head of hair, that's great, because one of the reasons why people get irritation from pretty much anything is usually because it's pulling as it's cutting. And if you have something that's super sharp and super strong, it pulls less and it's not going to irritate nowhere near as much. Double tap the middle of the screen, guys. We are almost at the 500 thumbs up. We are 6 away, and I cannot thank you guys enough, because look, this morning I came on here hoping that maybe 100 people would watch, maybe 100 people would thumbs up, and you guys went above and beyond. You guys don't have any idea how hard it is to get yourself 500 thumbs up. These are the razors I use. That was the razor I used there. These are Ghost razors. They come from Fort Worth Barber Supply, and they are super sharp. So if you guys are just like watching this and you're not a barber, these are how the razors come. They come individually like this. You get a lot of these for like I think $8, $9. You get about 100 of these, and we have to change them out after every use, which is why I'm changing it out now. But if you guys learn how to use a straight razor on yourself because you got some lines, you guys can use these, and they're so much cheaper than like the Mach 7 or the Gillette this and that. People don't really realize how much less it costs for barbers. Most of them, like level 3, they sell them like this, right? And these are the same razors as that one. They're just double edge. So what you do when you get these is you snap these in half, and you use only half. And if you're using this on yourself, you can probably get 2-3 shaves out of it before you change it. So the beard looks glued on. I assure you it is not. This beard is on there. This beard is on there. Oh, we smashed through the wall of 500 thumbs up. And the other thing too is, if you do have your electric shaver, try to keep the top for it. It's so easy to break something if you drop something, if you hit it with a clipper, if you do any of that stuff. It's very easy for you to have an issue there. So with that being said, guys, if you guys got any other questions, I'm about to shoot the best clipper, best trimmer, best shaver video. But since you guys are all on here on my live right now, I'll run you guys through a quick little sneak peek. We hit the 500 thumbs up. You guys get me to 6. I'll talk to you guys real quickly, because I haven't even written the script, but I kind of know what I'm going to say. So let's run around the room real quick, and we'll talk about the things that I see as strong contenders for best clipper, best trimmer, best shaver. I'll spare you guys the whole spiel, but this shaver right here, there's just nothing quite as good as this. And the only thing that's even close, the only shaver that's even close, Kenny was using one. Let's see if he still has it. He does. The Babyliss stick shaver, but it stopped working. So I don't think he's really using this anymore. But these were the ones that were removable battery. He don't have a battery in here. I believe they're kind of discontinuing these, but I actually have something else in the back. I'll show you guys real quick. I used these a few times, and this is a pretty good cheap set, but this is from Babyliss. It comes with clippers, trimmers, and a shaver. The shaver was kind of underwhelming, I'll be honest. It's not like the Babyliss stick foil shaver, but the trimmers were pretty decent, and the clippers were like mid-grade. But these are super cheap, guys. So like, let's be realistic here. For this entire set, I think it's like $2 something. I could be wrong, but you guys can check out the Black Friday deals on Fort Worth Barber Supply. This clipper right here, this is the Saber 2. This was the other one that you guys see me using, and it's fantastic. That right there, to me, I would put that either at number 1 or number 2, maybe. Let's go over here. Let's see what Denny's got cooking. He's got a couple of competitor clippers. Here's a trimmer from Tomb 45. This trimmer hits pretty well. It's kind of set up backwards, so you guys can see the on-off button is this way. You know, it's almost like it's a little bit like I'm living in an upside-down world when I use this, but this thing performs well. It's just really meant to be more of a liner. The only downside is when you flip it upside down to use it to like remove bulk, which we actually do quite a bit. I don't like it as much that way, but it's definitely a great hitter. The wall vapor, or what the hell are these called again?
High-vis.
High-vis, that's right. The wall high-vis, you guys can hear it take off like a rocket. This thing makes some pretty good lines, guys. This makes some pretty good lines, but this is the thing about this particular blade is it's more of a liner than it is a bulk removing tool. So every way that you would think to hold it though, it's very ergonomic. So like if I hold it like this, it's pretty comfortable. If I hold it any way that you might think to hold it, it is pretty ergonomic. It's a little bit bigger than some of the other stuff that's out here. Like if I compare this to the Rain, here's a really cheap Andis. This is the Andis Envy. Pain in the ass, a zero gap, but fairly cheap. What's up, bro? And then we also have the new Andis, whatever the hell this is called. Probably like an outliner, I think they probably call it. They probably got a name for it. I don't know it. But this one right here, it's okay. The Exceeds, these definitely are going to occupy a spot at the top. These have the Instinct motor speed up when it senses resistance, and it has 6 clicks on the lever. So if I got that fully closed, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those were the Andis GTX XO3s. Appreciate you, Dizzy. I used them a little bit. They're not bad. They're not bad. They are not as heavy as they look. XO2, that's what he says. I used them a little bit. It's kind of like if you've used the XO or really any of their outliners that are shaped like that, there's really not like a huge difference. This lever, it has 6 positions. So this has what we call a stretch bracket. So with the stretch bracket, what that does is it allows you to open this clipper a little bit further, and it works well for like really detailing. Boosted up. These are pretty quiet, and they cut really well. Super, like, I would probably put this on my like more of my budget friendly that performs extremely well. These have super torque rotary motors in them. They're not as expensive as some of the top tier stuff, but they have some really good components in them. They cut really well. They have a lot of torque, and they come, I believe they come with the Echo Crunch blade on them. So that Echo Crunch blade is the blade that everybody's kind of after, at least right now. This is one of the other sabers here. This is the one that we swapped out a black and a gold one. They don't sell them like this, but we did it. He said, I once dreamed of being a barber. I don't know what held you back, bro. Like the entry point to barbering is not super high. You can join and you can become a barber. All right, y'all, this is the Flex trimmer. These are like probably the most underrated trimmers on the face of the earth right here. So if you guys are looking for a trimmer like at a budget price that just busts through bulk, makes super sharp lines, like I could work all day with these guys. You're not losing much when you work with the Flex. These are some Wall. They're 5-star, something new. I wouldn't even shave my dog with these. These are super weak. I don't even know how they found their way in the shed station. I tried these one time. I was supposed to do a review. They sent them, and I didn't really want to like bash. I didn't really want to bash them, so I just kind of let it be, even though I just bashed them. Shorties, another great clipper. These ones actually have a digital brushless motor, which is actually the same motor in the Sabers that is in the Shady, in the Shorty. Shady. Should have been calling them the Shadies. That'd have been a cool name for them. So, click lever, digital brushless motor, ergos. This pair of ergos actually has a blur blade on it. So this blade, you see how thick it is? These are pretty cool. But the ergo was the first clipper that put a magnetic motor in it, which there was people who thought that was impossible for a while. Stylecraft and Gamma figured out how to do it. Here's one of the Core FXs. Somebody was talking about those earlier. We have this It's the only thing that sucks about these, they're kind of loud. The clipper was so loud, it was 80 decibels, which is pretty much unusable. But these do not have a removable battery. They're just USB-C charging. They're super small. They make some really sharp lines, but again, you guys can hear how loud. This is so loud. Let's see how loud it actually is. I've not really been using these a ton, guys. Most of this stuff, I use it, get my review done, and it sits. It's not like my other stuff. This is not my main gamer, but let's see how loud this gets. I know the screen's backwards, but it's 80 decibels. It's actually 80.9. It's almost 81 decibels. So super loud, but cuts pretty good. And one of the other cool features about the Core FX, which I'd have to round all of them up to find them, but the trimmer, the shaver, and the clipper all fit in the same dock, which I actually thought was pretty smart. And here is the Core FX shaver. This Core FX shaver, different story, guys. This thing is awesome, and it is not loud, and we've actually been using this quite a bit, and I got no complaints about this. This is a super high quality, definitely probably one of the best when it comes to single foil shavers. This one has been a really good seller, too, for Fort Worth Barber Supply. They tell me they can't keep this one in stock. People just keep buying it. And right out the box, this thing is like ready to go. What's kind of neat about this too is they opted to do a magnetic lid. So these are two magnets, and it just kind of pops right down on there. So you're not gonna have like tabs breaking and stuff like that. And let's go ahead and clean this up since I used it. This would make a great Black Friday gift, guys. Some powerful dry air. Yes, you do got to plug it in. No, the little shit kickers that most of you guys are using that are like the little guns that spray air, those ones can't, they just can't hang. Like, they're not built the same. When you plug that thing into the DC voltage and that thing just like leaps to life, it's going to blow out your stuff and you're not going to have any issues. Metal Instinct trimmers. That's a Stylecraft Studio blower. You guys can find them on the website. If you don't have compressed air in your shop, and the other problem with compressed air is there's usually moisture in the line, so sometimes you're spraying moisture into your clipper, which is not good either, and moisture will build up in the tank. They turn on, they get super loud, people can't talk. I much prefer, I want to have, like, if you were working in my shop, if you were to come here and shadow, you would see that most of us pick this up like 3 or 4 times during each haircut. You hear these going on all day long. Yet, I know they're not a top seller for Stylecraft, although they should be. Good day from Australia, mate. Appreciate you, man. These are the Metal Instinct trimmers. One of the strongest trimmers in the game. Very similar to the Exceeds that you guys have been seeing me use. I can use this to remove bulk. These will also make really sharp lines. The Gamma X Pro blade is the same blade that you'll find on, that comes stock on the Sabres, but this is the classic version. So this is the smaller, kind of more similar to the Slimline Pro blade in shape. Good for when you're doing, like, see how big my forehead is? It ain't necessary, but some of the kids, man, their edge ups are like right around their eyebrows, and having a smaller form factor versus this, certainly can make this easier for doing designs. This blade can be easier, and this blade can actually help the same machine deliver a little bit more torque. And if I haven't said it already, I don't know, but all the Gamma and Stylecraft clippers, the blades for the trimmers and the clippers are all interchangeable. So those two right there, if you're talking about the Sabres usually like a little under 200. If you're talking about the Instinct, because of the motor, the power that's in there, you're gonna, I think those are about like 220. So they're like a little bit more expensive. My personal favorite, definitely right now is the Rain. There's no question about it. I like this. Once they have these in mass rotation, like once they release a lot of these, I'll probably have 2 or 3 of them. But this thing is 2.5 hours of runtime. does everything I needed to do, generally lasts me like the entire day. And that blade right there is really the secret, because it's curved, because it makes a really distinct sound when you cut, and it's just super forgiving. So like I got clients in here to give me like, it could be like a hard time. Like I could have to fight to get their haircut done. And I pick up that machine and I just don't have the fight. So the beard, some of you guys are asking me about the beard again. We did the beard, we did the self-cut all this morning. You guys can watch the front end of this live. I just decided to kind of show you guys. This is why it's getting so hard to pick like a best clipper, best trimmer, best shaver, because there's so much good stuff out here. So like, I think this particular video, I always tried to give you guys the facts. Like, what are the runtime? What is the value? What is the this? What is the that? But the reality is, most of that stuff doesn't even really matter to us. We just want shit that performs good. And a lot of this stuff performs good. Like, here's the JRL Onyx. This has been on Johan's station for probably, I don't know, since it came out. What's it been? 2 years since it's been out. Their lever clicks. It's a little spongier in between the clicks. But I mean, dude, this machine's 2 years old and it's still cutting hair fine. It's got 2 speeds, so that's the faster speed and that's the slower speed. It goes from 5 hours to 4 hours of runtime. And you know, this is a pretty good clipper. If you like the shape, it's round. I personally don't like the shape of round clippers. I like to have like flat spots to grab onto. But again, guys, I test so many clippers. So, you know, like I've been able to figure out what I really, really like and what I don't. Well, here's a good shaver here. This shaver is the FX3 from Babyliss. This one's been in here for a long time. I mean, this is one of the original ones. And usually you can find these for around 99 bucks or less. And this shaver has 3.5 hours of runtime, if my memory serves me correct. Awesome shaver. So if you guys are looking for a budget shaver, something that doesn't cost as much, you can find these. These are like around 70 bucks. It's one of the top selling electric shavers from Stylecraft. This is the Rebel electric shaver. It's 10,000 RPMs, 11,000 RPMs, sorry. And just a really good powerful electric shaver. Definitely wouldn't want to be using that on your basketballs. But I already told you guys, man, if you guys are going to be doing any body grooming, like you want to get all the hair off, any of the trimmers that I showed you guys will work. But, you know, something with an instinct motor, it's going to be able to remove like a lot of hair. So like if you got some hairy, you know, some hairy stuff that you need cut, this thing here is going to cut it. So if you guys want to walk around with those bikini, never mind. I'm not even gonna go down that road. But yeah, I mean those are all some of my favorite stuff that I've used in here for a while. And then one thing that I'm a big fan of still, that I know some of you guys aren't, and kind of this does deserve its own video, but these are detachable clippers. They're great for removing a ton of bulk. So when I have these kids that walk in here from summer break and they're going back to their, you know, school, and they've been growing their hair out, the whole thing, like it's a lot of work, and I don't really want to put the wear and tear on all my favorite stuff. So that's what these are designed to do, guys. These are designed to take down a shite ton of bulk quickly, and they don't take that many passes, and you can remove a lot of bulk and get it off the side of the head. So those are awesome. And like if you're just looking for some cool stuff around cutting hair, like this brush right here, if you got clients with beards, if you have your own beard, this is a Framar brush. You can find this on Amazon. Killer brush. I think this is my favorite brush I've actually ever used to straighten out my beard. And then this is something I use a ton. These are some underrated things, but when I'm fading hair and I want to make sure I can see what I'm doing, sometimes I'll turn this on when I do the final details of my haircut. I'll use this when I'm taking photos of my clients afterwards. And just having something small to grab like this, allows me to kind of shoot against the bright lights coming in over here. So if I want to shoot the haircut from this side and do like a cool little walk around my client, I can do that pretty easily if I have a handheld light. So the best fading clippers for like specifically doing fades, I would say the Ergo. I would probably buy it in the Rogue. The Rogue version is just a cheaper version of the Ergo. It's this one here. The magnetic motor has you kind of like, it makes the blade bog down a little bit when you're flicking and you're fading, and that makes it pretty easy. And the other one that I think makes super easy for blending would be the Rain, and also the Sabre 2.0. And the main reason is because of these Echo blades. This one's the taper blade. This one is closer along the lines of the Vapor blade. But with these two, you're getting such good feedback. You're getting just great feedback from the haircut. He said, bro's not giving out solution, just more blambering. Is that even a word? Super sensitive skin on the back of the neck. What I would do is just reduce pressure. If I'm going to use a shaver, if I'm going to use a trimmer, either way, if you reduce pressure, a lot of times that can help alleviate some of the irritation. So as you guys can see, I gave you guys a little preview of the stuff that's going to appear in those videos, but I kind of agree with the guy saying I'm just blabbering on, because I kind of am. And that's why it's so difficult to put these videos together in a concise format so you guys can see exactly why I think what the best clipper, why I think what the best trimmer, why I think what the best shaver is. But at the same time, it's kind of like there's so much good stuff out here. If you get some high grade stuff, some I grade stuff, you're gonna be in like good shape. You're not gonna be missing out on much. I think probably the latest and greatest thing that's come into barbering in the last year has really been just the sound and the haptic feedback that machines can make, so that I know exactly when a section's done and when it's time to click my lever, move on. We're at 535. If you guys could double tap the center of the screen, we can get to 600 thumbs up, and then I promise I'll leave you guys alone. I'll be done. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, guys. If you guys are getting some of the high grade stuff, as long as you're not shopping for your clippers at like Walmart or wherever else, you're probably going to be, no, you're right, bro. You're right. Like, the thoughts are obviously not clear because there's so many good things out there. And I know a lot of you guys are going to hate these videos because Stylecraft has released so much stuff. It's not my fault that Stylecraft has released a lot of great stuff. So then I talk about companies like JRL, who makes a couple of excellent machines, but they don't have that much stuff. Their electric shaver is a single foil. I really couldn't come out here and say with a straight face it's the greatest electric shaver. So I'd rather not talk about it. And then their clippers, they're excellent. They got some great trimmers. Those are it. But how many times can I talk about companies that make the exact same thing every year, right? Like Wall, they make the same thing every year. Like, I've done videos about Wall clippers since 2012. I can't really come out here and tell you anything new about them. The guards that I like using a lot, I like using these tight guards. They're double magnetic. And these guards right here, they really stay on your clipper well. Let's get it to 600 thumbs up. Double tap the middle of the screen, please. Appreciate you, Bennett Ghost. Dizzy's been grinding over here. So Stylecraft has been releasing things that literally are competing with Stylecraft. They're honestly, in some ways, only in competition with themselves. So when I come out and I'm saying all this stuff, think about it like this, guys. You got the new iPhone, right? Next year, another iPhone comes out. But if it's been over a year to 2 years, you're actually getting something, bigger in the clipper. But the cool thing about clippers, unlike iPhones, is you can actually swap out components that are new. You can buy the new Echo Crunch taper blade. You can buy the new Echo Crunch fade blade, and you could put those on like your Rebels or whatever other thing that you bought. So you can make some of these purchases cheaper, but at the same time, if you want to experience some of the new technology, it's out there. And Stylecraft is only getting started, guys. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the pipeline. We're far from done. And it's, you know, it's been a wild ride. So when I start comparing clippers and Stylecraft is going to appear heavy in them, that's the reason why, guys. There's just not a lot of brands that are releasing a lot of stuff. In fact, if I look at Babyliss, what they're doing. They had all of those removable battery clippers, right? And those were like the newest, latest, and greatest, the biggest wave. I don't know what happened, if they had problems with them or whatever, but it looks like they're discontinuing that. And then they went to like a variety of cheap clippers. Like they got those Core FXs I showed you. They got these little tiny ones coming out. They probably still have a couple of the battery ones coming out, but like there's really not a whole lot new to talk about. Said competition with oneself is the best way to be. The person in the mirror means the most. Well said, man. Well said. We're at 550. We need 50 people to double tap the middle of the screen. We get to 600. That'd be pretty cool. So he said the iPhone done fell off. You're probably not wrong, man. You're probably not wrong. But I look at what Babyliss is doing, and I'm like, really? Is there anything like super exciting there? Am I wrong? You guys tell me right now what you think Babyliss is doing right now that is really exciting. In fact, I would almost even say the Wall Vapor Clipper is probably better than the majority of the stuff that Babyliss has currently put out. Even though the Wall Vapor was originally like a Walmart clipper that they kind of changed a little bit. I showed you guys in that video. You can buy the Wall Vapor body style on Amazon for like $60 with a whole bunch of other stuff. So he said, he goes, I was here like 39 minutes ago. The beard was all bushy. I'm back and you got it looking good, man. Yeah, you missed it, bro. You missed it. It took some doing. But yeah, we're trying to get us to 600. He said my Rain and my XL below the 360 out of the water, to be honest. There's going to be a newer version coming out of the 360. 360, actually, I forgot all about that clipper. 360 clipper is an awesome clipper. That was the first time we ever paired the Instinct motor with the Echo Crunch blade. And a lot of people really like that. And it feels like, it really does feel really good in the hand. I love that clipper a lot. And I'm interested to see what goes on, you know, down the road with it. So Rusty is on top of this thing. See this? He timed your ass out, boy. He said he got it. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, if there's anything that you guys are seeing out there, like right now, let's do this real quick before we go, because I don't think we're gonna get to 600 thumbs up. You guys have been great. We hope to get 100. We got 500, so let's go. But right now, what is your favorite clipper, trimmer, and shaver? Drop it in the comment section. I've been cutting hair since 2003. Mozzarella 614. I wonder if you ever went to 614 Barber Supply. They used to be like one of the best barber supply, one of my favorite barber supply companies out there. So I just seen that you had 614 in there, and I know that's an Ohio area code. So he said Remington is all I know. Beard. All right, I'll do mine. Rain clipper, saber trimmer, Instinct shaver. These are like, if I got he goes, I'm from Columbus. That's what's up. So I grew up in Buffalo, which is at the other side of the lake. Double tap the middle of the screen, guys. We're so close. We're so close to 600. It's okay, bro. You can talk a little trash, bro, but my boy Rusty gonna throw you out, dude. You be looking like the bouncers. The bouncers came for you in the club after you was acting up.
Eddie, I would go Rebel Shaver, the
Jeezys,
and the High-Vis trimmers.
So Denny's saying Rebel, Shaver, 360 Jeezy Clipper, and the High-Vis trimmer. You really like the High-Vis, huh? He said 360 trimmer. Pac-Man said 360 trimmer and clipper bundle. Love from Italy. Appreciate you, man. Or woman, whatever you are. The trimmer, Tomb 45. Big fan of the trimmer, Tomb 45. Dizzy Blends, my favorite clipper so far is Tomb 45 clipper. And he wants the 360 clipper. Rock said, I've had a beard my whole life. And I always bought cheap razors. He said, it's time I start to turn it up. There you go, man. Get you some ghost razors, some ghost razors from Fort Worth Barber Supply. We are 40 thumbs up away, man. We just need 40 of y'all to double tap the middle of the screen. I almost have a feeling that most of you guys, 172 of you guys in there, I got a feeling that most of you guys already did it. So appreciate all of y'all who are chilling. Okay, Rusty, he says the Saber 2. I agree with that. The Flex trimmer and the Exceed shaver. That's the shaver you guys see me using. The Flex was that one that I told you guys, super, super underrated. Super underrated. And the Exceed trimmer, this is the one that I start off pretty much every haircut and have done so since it arrived. It's got like a metal back housing, and it's just one of these things, man. It feels really good in the hand. But the main reason is not that it's ergonomic or that it feels really good in the hand, because this is the Rain. To me, smaller, more comfortable, a little more ergonomic. Really, really good for making lines and detailing. But when we're putting these against each other for removing bulk, this is the trimmer for removing bulk, getting rid of lot of hair, large swaths of hair, and then we have this here for getting in there and doing the detailing. 99% of the time when you got a trimmer in your hand, you're probably making lines, you're doing some kind of detailing. You're not always removing a giant amount of bulk. So he said, I still want to get a hold of that Rain set. Hopefully they will be available for mass distribution shortly. He said, how long did it take you to grow your beard to that length? This has been 4 years. And this morning when I came in, guys, it was like kind of short looking because it was all messed up. But we had to get it back into shape, guys. So that's what we did, during this live. We are 39 likes away. If you double tap the middle of the screen, we're just kind of hoping to get to 600. If we could get to 600, that'd be pretty cool. But like I said, guys, I'm already happy. I was hoping for 100, guys. I was hoping for 100 thumbs up. And you guys smashed through that. We went to 200. Now I'm probably getting greedy, right? I'm getting a little greedy. But if you double tap the middle of the screen, that will thumb it up. You don't have to do that. He said, did you visit every single state in America? No, I have not been to every single state. But everywhere the major shows are, I've been. I've been to BarberCon Dallas, which isn't really like the most major, but BarberCon Dallas, CT Barber Expo, Las Vegas. We did something in, where the hell were we? San Diego. We were in, Orlando Premier, Chicago, all of the big cities that host big barber events. I was at last year, and I'll continue to be at. Texas, I'm not exactly sure when I'm coming back to Texas, but I'm sure I will be there. It seems like Texas is always calling my name. I was in Texas a lot last year. I was in Texas like 4 times. So I imagine I'll probably wind up going to Texas, at least with Fort Worth Barber Supply, or maybe somebody, maybe BarberCon Dallas, maybe something like that. So we'll see if we wind up there. He said, anyone in Montreal in here? We got Canada up in the house. All right, guys, we are 30. Double tap the middle of the screen. We're 30 away. Can we do it? So that's what it's looking like, guys. And we got a really robust class schedule coming out. There's a lot of new education coming from Stylecraft, and myself and Giancarlo, we were the designers of that education, and we are going to be sending all of our educators out this year teaching our curriculum. So those of you guys who have been rocking with the channel long enough that you learned how to cut hair through the 6 phases, a lot of my methods that I developed right here, we took the 6 phases and we broke them down and we used them throughout all the education. So, that's kind of to me, that makes me really proud, because it's something that I created initially with the intention of helping you guys on YouTube, and Stylecraft seen the value in it. They picked it up and they want to run with it. Originally from Buffalo, guys. Originally from Buffalo. You guys can see we got a signed Josh Allen, Wyoming jersey there. We got Bill stuff all over the place here. He said, it took me 2 hours to shave and cut my beard and hair last night, and you did it with 20 minutes. It does help that I know how to do it and I have the right tools. Those are 2 pretty big factors. I remember a funny story. It was this guy comes in here. He's like, bro, you got to fix my hair. Now, he fucked his haircut all up, man. He had all kind of mistakes. He tried to cut his hair. The clippers broke, and he was bleeding and completely bald. And he's like, bro, you got to fix this. I got to go to court tomorrow. And I thought to myself, like, you did this to yourself before you had a court date? Like, what is wrong with you? And he goes, can you fix it? I'm like, no, I really can't. I mean, what do you want me to do? It's shaved everywhere. So I had to shave it the rest of the way, and I never seen him again. So maybe his court date didn't go too good. I really don't know. He said, shout out to Buffalo, New York. I'm Rick James. Man, it's a shame to get off the live without seeing 600. We're like literally 17 thumbs up away. So, Forward Barber Supply, that's one of the places I was telling you guys about. Hey, at least I don't do this, man. You guys would be so annoyed with me if I was to start doing this, right? Now, I'm not really going to be that vain, but these 245 pencils are kind of funny because you can do white. God bless you. Thank you. That won't snug up on me, guys. So, you can do white. And you could do, you know, so you can really make your line stand out. It's more, they appreciate you, man. You guys are saying God bless you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. We're 15 away. Thank me with a double tap on the middle of the screen. But a lot of people like doing that stuff for the photos. You guys can't throw no shade on nobody on Instagram because, like, look, at the end of the day, some of you guys talk trash about people who are doing color, but if you're doing color, if you're doing everything you can to get a good photo and you're competing well with your competition. Now, if everybody else is going to go out there in the world and be able to kind of do things that you're not, then you're going to fall behind, right? I never wanted to be that barber who just sat in the shop and just cut Joe's hair on a Tuesday, every other Tuesday. Like, I never wanted to be that. I always wanted to be somebody who, like, pushed the limits. It didn't matter if I worked at Taco Bell. Didn't matter where I worked. I wanted to, like, kind of climb the ladder and do things better on a higher level. And, you know, it's not to outdo anybody else. I don't really give a fuck what other people are doing. I just want to do this for me, man. I don't want anything that I do. I don't want this to be the last stop. And I get bored real easy, guys. Like, if I start to master something, if I get too good at something, I get bored real easy. So because of that, I got to continue to find ways to challenge myself. And that means, like, if I got to go to shows, if I got to get on stages, if I got to get in front of students, if I got to get around, you know, like, all of those things are challenging environments. And that's where I kind of feel like I thrive in, you know? So it's just one of those deals, man. I might be, Justin. 20 more. Let's go, chat. You guys got it. But one of the things that will happen to you guys, like, I know a lot of you guys are out here thinking about joining the barber business, and I'll give you all your excuses, right? I could recite them by heart because I've heard them at so many classes. I'm too old to become a barber. Man, I've been doing this career too long. I won't make no money. I don't know how to do it. This is my favorite one. I don't know how to cut hair. Bro, that's why you go to school. You go to learn how to cut hair. But people say this all the time to me in classes, like, or when I'm talking to people, they're like, man, I always wanted to be a barber, but the problem is I don't know how to cut hair. Dude, you can learn how to do this. This is a skill, bro. Like, you can learn how to do this. You can learn how to be a plumber. You can learn how to be a barber. You can learn how to do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. Second, I'm too old. This is probably one of my favorite excuses because people think they're too old to become a barber. So that's like saying, like, I'm too old to do the things that I want to do in life, which we all know is bullshit. We're just using it as, like, an excuse. We're just saying, like, I'm too old so that I can let myself off the hook to not have to follow the things that I want to do, right? But what you don't understand is, like, all the stuff that you did in your life that got you to this point, all the stuff that you did in your life that got you to this point is going to help you in this business. So if you worked at Walmart, if you worked as a greeter, if you worked as a bartender, if you were a server, like, double tap the middle of the screen if you guys are agreeing with me. If you did all of these things and you think that somehow that's not going to help you here, you're crazy. You're crazy. You can approach this. You're older. Good for you. You're more mature. Think about it that way. You understand all the little things that some of these young kids don't. You're not going to come in here and wear headphones. You're not going to come in here and do stupid things. You're going to come in here and you're going to actually do the things that you know work from other businesses. You're going to build relationships with clients where other young barbers are like, I'm nice with it. I be cutting hair. I know what I'm doing. I'll be cool. People will come to me because I cut the best hair. People don't care that you cut the best hair. Nobody cares that you cut the best hair. People care how you make them feel. And that's really all there is to it. So he said, I started at 37. I'm 43 now. He's going to have 10 years in before he knows it. Shout out to Tim Ray. So these are the things that people are going to overlook before they get into this business. And really, the one thing I hate to do personally, and I can't say what's right for you guys, I don't want to work hourly. I don't want to work for a salary. I don't want to know what I'm going to make when I leave here today, because that, to me, puts a lid on what I can do. And I don't like lids. I don't like plateaus. I don't like ceilings. I like to come here and know that if I work hard, I stand out, I do the extra stuff, I go the extra mile for people, I'm consistent about what I do, I'm building my relationships, I'm sitting here in my chair, I'm doing the things I'm supposed to do, that I don't have a ceiling, that I can grow and I can make, if I want to come in here today and make 500, 700, 1,500, the possibility, it's not that I always do that, it's the possibility is there. And I don't want to be bottled. I don't want to be bottlenecked. I don't want to know. So double tap the middle of the screen if you're feeling what I'm saying, because these are the things that barbering can kind of free you from some of those things. So selling products, that's another thing. A lot of barbers overlook that. Double tap the middle of the screen. A lot of people overlook the fact that there's other avenues to make money here. Let's say that you decide you want to be a barber. You get behind the chair. You say it's not right for me. Go to the shows. There's people who are selling products. There's people who want people to represent them. There's people who need sales reps. There's people who need, really anybody who's got their finger on the pulse in this business has an opportunity to work with any of these brands. A lot of these brands are younger. They're trying to get their stuff off the ground. They're, they're out there. He said being a barber can be like playing golf. Who can't do it? The mind is so powerful when used.
What's up, buddy?
How you know I like playing golf, man?
Okay. Yeah, I'll get you right now. I got time.
All right.
No, put this in the fridge.
We charge the same for a buzz cut as anything else. Guys, we are 16, 17 thumbs up away. Double tap the middle of the screen, man. You guys are making me work for this one. But yeah, those are like all of the excuses pretty much recited back in order. I don't know how to cut hair. I'm too old to cut hair. I can't change careers. I don't want to do what I want to do. Sonny's in the house. Say what up, Sonny.
Yo, yo, yo!
So personality is back here in Uptown.
Real quick, I was 95% blocked in my one of my arteries. I feel like a goddamn new man.
So he got his heart worked on the other day, and now like he's back to normal, fortunately and unfortunately. Nah, it's all good, bro. Sonny provides a lot of life to the shop here. So if you don't know, you don't know.
That's it.
All right. So and he said if you don't know, you don't know if you don't try.
That's it.
He said I'm not trying is the same as giving up, and that's just something I can't abide by. And like
Was it 2?
I'll leave you guys with this because I really don't think we're gonna get to 600, but I'll leave you guys with this. If you double tap the middle of the screen, if you guys are feeling what I'm saying, what advice would you give to your son? Right? I think about this all the time when I'm thinking about like, oh, can I do it? How can I do it? I can't achieve that. I can't get there. What advice would you give to your son? You would tell your son, you can do anything you set your mind to. Son, if that's really what you want to do in life, you should go and do that. Son, you should have the courage to pursue that. You should have the courage to ask those questions. You had discipline to learn that skill if you want to learn that skill. You would never tell your son, yeah, you can't do it. You're just not built for it. You're not good enough. You'll tell that stuff to yourself, but you'd never tell that stuff to your son. And that's what I think about sometimes when I'm making these decisions. Like, oh, I'm about to walk onto the stage. There's 300 people that are waiting to hear me speak. I'm nervous. Part of me wants to just walk away from this opportunity. Part of me wants to not do this. And then I come home and look my son in the eye and say, you know what, son, I just didn't have the courage. I just couldn't get on the stage. I just couldn't do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, right? I'm going to go out there no matter what happens. And I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe I went out there and I messed it up. Maybe I tried barbering and I messed up a haircut. Some of that is like a big fear. A lot of you guys think like, oh my God, I can't cut hair because I could mess a haircut up. Bro, you're gonna crack some eggs to make an omelet. It's just gotta happen. You gotta mess some haircuts up. And if you thought for a second you're going to build your whole business on a single person's bad experience, you were wrong. Even if that customer loved you and wanted to come back to you forever, you got to find 200 of those people to come back to you forever, right? So even if you mess up one haircut, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Like in the grand scheme of things, you're going to make some mistakes. But at least you can come back and say to your son, you can say, you know what, son, I tried barbering and I messed the haircut up today. I was pretty upset about it. But I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to make some changes and I'm going to get better and I'm going to keep after it. And I'm going to lead by example and show that I'm not giving up. You know, other people give up, but I don't give up. And that's the communication that you're going to have. If you got a friend that's got a problem, you're going to say the same thing. And, you know, at the end of the day, dude, people are afraid to hear the truth. Like Damon's saying, people are afraid to hear the truth because they use it as a crutch. These things they tell themselves, they use them as a crutch. I'm an introvert. I couldn't make videos on YouTube. I don't know how to edit. I can't make videos on YouTube. Who would want to listen to me? I can't do that. All of that is trash and you know it. You can get really studied on a topic and you can get really good at talking about it. And if you put in the work, you could certainly reap the reward from it. So it's just at the end of the day, these are the things that you got to think of if you're thinking about going into this business or really any other business. It doesn't matter, dude. If you guys are going to join any company or do anything you want to do, these are the things you got to understand. It's not going to matter if you make some mistakes. It's going to matter if you quit. It's not going to matter if you have some issues and some bumps along the road. The important thing is you're going to stay on the road. You know what I mean? It's like maybe this didn't go so good today. Maybe I showed up this morning at 6:30 a.m., went live with you guys, and did myself a live haircut, and I messed it up. What do I lose from that? Nothing. I lose nothing from that. He said, what's the easiest way to fade, up or down? I've been cutting hair 6 years, and I've now found my own formula. That's actually pretty common, guys. The reason why he's been cutting hair so long and not found his own formula, because he is also trying to find the best possible way for every single customer. And there is no best possible way for every single customer. It's like there's many paths through the jungle, and we all are going to come out on the other side of it. You might take a couple of different lefts and a couple of different rights, but you wind up in the same spot as I do. When did you start walking? Some people start walking at 9 months. Some people start walking at a year. Some people start walking at 8 months. But we all walked in here today, right?
My sister
So
started at 18 months.
there's 18 months. So there's people that are going to have all kinds of different things. And at the end of the day, the thing that's important, whether you're fading up or you're fading down, or whether it's this issue or the next issue, is you realize that, like, okay, this client walked in with some long hair. Maybe I will down fade this hair. Okay, this client's gonna be really tough to fade out this line. Maybe I'll up fade this line. And every day is a gift that you get to learn. You get to learn more. You get to do better. Eight more thumbs up, guys. Memphis, Tennessee, up in the house. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you guys who are members. Neil is up in the house. He's been here almost every live. Him, Dez is always in the house. I don't know if he's here. Rusty's always in the house. And man, appreciate you guys all for jumping in here. We're only 5 away. Double tap the middle of the screen. We're only five thumbs up away. But every hair is different, and it's going to require maybe a different approach. But what I typically do is I kind of look at it like this. Like the first time I cut a client, I might not get it exactly how I want it. I might not be like perfect. But as I build a relationship with that customer, I start to understand how his hair reacts. I might choose to do things a little bit different next time he comes around. I got a couple of clients, I'm like, man, it did not work well to put that harsh skin line in. I really fought with that. I spent way more time there than I should have. Next time he comes, maybe I won't set it so harsh. Next time he comes, maybe I will down fade his hair. Maybe I'll up fade his hair.
You want to know what I do? I down fade African American hair, black hair.
See? Everybody's got their own thing, man.
It's easiest to update it.
Not black.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to up fade.
He likes up fade. I like
For the
down
majority of people, if your stuff is set correctly, it can be easy to do it either way. We're $599, baby. Let's go. 2 more. Who wants to be the 600th thumbs up this morning? 600 thumbs up, and looks like we're about to do it.
Already?
Yeah, 600 thumbs up this morning. 129 people in the room. a lot of top fans in here, a lot of members in here. Appreciate all of you guys so much, and you know, we're just gonna keep climbing because YouTube has really changed over the years. The subscribers mean very little, unfortunately. Most of you guys do not get notified when I do just about anything. It used to be different. People used to. I don't really know what the point of a subscriber.
Notifications right away.
I don't know what the point of a subscriber is anymore, guys. But as long as you guys show up when I'm doing lives, if you guys keep, you know, coming in here and interacting, we smashed through to 600. Let's go, chat. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate all of you guys who subbed. You guys are the best. You guys are helping, you know, this channel, and you're helping me reach more people, which, you know, I couldn't be more grateful for that. So, with that being said, guys, this is the YouTube Barber Academy. All the tools you guys see me use and discuss in this channel, you guys can find at either Fort Worth Barber Supply. You can use the code Eddie10 there. And also there's gonna be some Black Friday deals coming right around the corner from both Stylecraft and Gamma. It's gonna be a massive sale. I hope you guys are there to pick up whatever it is that you need. And also, booked in, if you guys need a scheduling app, they're offering it now for 75% off. So, with that being said, we have over 1,000 videos to help you learn. We'll go live again soon, maybe even a little bit later today with one of the customers. I'll walk you guys through another haircut, and we'll see you guys there. Peace.